I started a new chess.com account from the lowest possible elo and I have increased my rating till 1010. Now let us increase our rating till 2000 using only one setup, which we will be using in all the games with white and black. Only one single setup, not the King's Indian setup, but the Queen's Gambit declined and French defense setup, which is e6 d5 setup, e3 d4 setup. That is playing the French defense and Queen's Gambit declined with black and also with white reverse colors. Let's see whether this works. And so let's start our game using only these two openings. We'll be playing 1+1 bullet so that we play many games quickly, and once our rating in this time format increases till 2000, automatically other time controls would also be elevated towards that level, and then we would be able to play against stronger opponents in blitz and rapid. So let us first focus on the 1+1 minute bullet section. We have 1 second increment, so it would allow us chances to not blunder and win all games. So let's go with the first game. Yes, let's start with e6. See, we are playing the French defense and d5. This is a setup: first the pawn in front of the king and then the pawn in front of the queen in all the games. Now here, of course, e5 will play c5 and attack it. This is a move. We're happy to exchange our bishop. Now I can take with the queen or the knight. Let me take with the knight. You can choose, but I am choosing to take with the knight this time. Now let me transfer this knight over here, just like Caro-Kann defense. Okay. And now bishop e7 is possible, queen b6 is possible. First I'll play h6 to stop that pawn. Rook goes to g1 and okay, so queen b6, g4, and I can just long castle. So this is the speciality of this French defense. You can castle long, and it is kind of a closed game, similar structure to the Sicilian defense and even Queen's Gambit. So it's a good opening. Now we block everything. This pawn is not coming forward, so now what can we do? Even I can transfer knight over there. Knight comes over here, but it's not that useful. We'll play a6 next, and the knight has to run away. Knight can go to d6, but it will lose a pawn, as you can easily calculate. And now let me continue. In French defense, at some point we have to give a pawn break with f6, so I'm trying to play this right now. Opponent plays this move, I'll just capture that free pawn and attack the h5 pawn too. Now this happens, I'll just capture over here and continue. Now I'll not talk too much, I'll just play the game now. Okay, I'm not getting the free pawn, but I'll just bring my rook. Exchange. I get the free rook over there and also the free queen. With knight f1 is not played, so knight f1 was not played. Now we just need to play fast. Okay, now this queen, that knight is bishop is gone. Knight d3, queen h6 now, and now queen d2 checkmate. So first game is done. In bullet, I decided to choose the 1+1 minute time format, so it allows me to play games quickly. It gives me a feel like a blitz time format, so it's a good time format which I was not using before. Okay, so first game is done. We used, as promised, the only one setup, that is the e6 d5 setup, moving the pawn in front of the king 1 square and moving the pawn in front of the queen 2 squares. 1 2, step by step. With both the sides we'll play this. With white we don't even have to prepare an opening, because we will be playing with reverse colors, the same openings which we will play with the black side. So let's go with the game number 2. Again we are playing with the black pieces, and we're allowed to play the French defense. This time it will be exchange variation maybe, but bishop has landed on this square. As I can play c6 and attack that bishop, and that bishop lands on that square. Now I can take knight f6, and okay, I can take away again, bishop e7 castle very easily, and knight b d7, and again h5 will be met with h6 maybe, but first I'll play knight f6 now. I'll just attack, and I want to play bishop to d7, c5, bishop c6. Yes, and I am able to do that here, correct. And now I have the bishop pair, as the grandmasters rejoice having the bishop pair. Even we have it over here. And now bishop to d5 and queen c6 can be an idea. I'm attacking that pawn. So whenever you're able to attack something, then that's called as a tempo gaining move, as a forcing move. So we are trying to find such forcing moves. Now f6 will be met with knight coming over here, so that will be dangerous. But if I take b3, okay, first I'll play rook f d8 so that knight doesn't come over there. And now after this I will just take this free pawn because my bishop is not getting trapped. And after this I can just bring my bishop back again. Okay, this is getting captured, but I'll just hide maybe inside. It's getting captured, yeah, but I can just hide inside. Let's see what happens. Now I need to shut my mouth and focus on the game, so kindly let me focus now. Bishop f6 allows me to stop this. Let me be quick and okay, just like Sicilian defense, now we are playing a very aggressive game where we are okay with such complications where our king just hides behind the opponent's attack. And okay, queen g8 is coming, but king e7 I think is okay for us. And this is a check, check, check. No, again another check was there, but I didn't play. Capture, I think we are in danger now, but I'll play this move and shut my mouth now. d6, bad move by me first time. It's a bad move by me, but his king can get checkmated over here. Let me see very quickly. I'll see. Okay, I think it's equalized somehow. King moves inside, we have increment, that's why we have some chance over here to fight against the opponent. And now this bishop will be saved like this. Bishop will move over here, king will move. I played a bad move. Yeah, so even I can lose, right? But now on time maybe I can do something at least, something. With pre-moves can I do something? Here we made mistakes, but yeah, what can we do now? So we lost this game. Okay, no problem. Let's move forward with the third game now and try not to lose. Next game, we are trying to climb, and of course there is opposition. If there is no opposition, then it would be dull, right? So there is opposition, nice. So opponent won that game, but we will stick with the same opening setup. We'll not give it up. Bishop f4, okay, c6. Now let me show my speed. Now bishop h6 is met with bishop f8. exchange bishop g7 h6. Now next, just exchange these pieces and go and end game and try to play a good game after that. Queen b6 and rook e8. Okay, I just get a pawn. Now I get another pawn, and now these pawns are going forward very nicely. Let's move them forward as soon as possible and get that advantage of passed pawns. Very nice and important asset while playing this game of chess. We need passed pawns. Now what is the threat? Bishop takes, bishop h6 is the threat, so king can move f8 and save ourselves. Now h6 is met with bishop h8, so no problems. Bishop. Okay, now still I'll just push the pawn. h6 is met with even that mover. Okay, oh, we lost that. Okay, the opponent didn't capture. Let me continue with the move queen to h7 now. Okay, my pawn. And after this queen moving over there is also a move, and now h6 is met with queen, new queen on the board by hook or by crook. Right, queen h6 is not coming. King h8. Let me play, threatening this move now. So we made mistakes, but now we have a good position. We will stick and we will persevere with our opening and we'll avoid mistakes in this time format. And now we'll make a new queen, but first, can I capture this bishop somehow? I'll just push the pawn forward as soon as possible, and my opponent resigned. Let's go to the game number 4, right? Game number 4. Game number 4, let's go. So we are playing with white for the first time. We'll be playing same setup. First pawn in front of the king, then pawn in front of the queen, 2 squares. This is the Queen's Gambit declined setup now. Knight f3, bishop e2 castles. Of course, we have the reverse Queen's Gambit decline now, castling, and b3 works here because this queen and rook are not connected, so b5 won't be that useful, powerful. Bishop a3, knight a3. Our rook is already activated nicely on the chessboard. On knight b5, followed by knight e5. Somehow we want to bring a knight on e5 with knight takes, pawn takes. That's also possible, but then this knight will be in danger. Knight d6 check allows this king to lose its castling rights, right? And now this knight always can go back to b5, only 1 square. And what else can we do? We can't do much, so let's move this knight over here. Knight takes b5 as a tactic, but no, it's not working. Knight c3, let me just go back, and safely I just make this king lose its castling rights. e4, d takes e4, knight takes e4, not working. Bishop d3, rook e1 next, e4, preparing e4, e4. Can we prepare e4? I think we can, but I'll just play knight a4. Let us deflect that queen away from this pawn, maybe. And now let's play e4 somehow or the other, and we're threatening this. Okay, rook e1 was not there, so I made a mistake. That's correct. Let's play something now. Yeah, doing this commentary is not that easy, right? Okay, so we have given away one piece. We have blundered one piece, but no problem. We will continue the game because this resembles life. It's not always how we want. We need to fight. for our rights. Something bad happens, we need to fight. D takes c5. This king is not safe, so something can happen. Rook, okay. I'll just capture that h7 pawn, or I'll just go over here and attack this. Okay, let's transfer the rook and do some checkmating ideas. Rook coming over here, rook lifts, h3 next move, h3, queen d3 next move. Oh, let me play this move and queen d3, then double attack. Let's see the opponent. Oh, opponent played that move and I removed, and I just I think we're losing this game. Okay, we won by time, so let's go. We'll now try to avoid our mistakes. Now game number 5, right? Let's go next. Let's see if I'm able to avoid my mistakes in this game. Okay, c5, bishop takes c5, and now in this position I cannot capture over there. I can push that pawn forward, yes, but I will not. I'll just move my queen to a5. Takes knight. No, knight can take pawn 10. Take it. That's correct. Queen take it, bishop e6, and I get that pawn. Okay, so now I am getting this pawn. Let me capture it because knight c7 is not coming, because knight takes c7 is there. And now next, if I have bishop over here and queen a1, that will be checkmate. Let's see. Parent played this move. I'll play this move and try to do something. c3. Okay. Queen check is not working. Now c3. Now what can I do? Knight c6, pawn takes, knight takes. Let me just sacrifice that bishop for attack and activate my pieces. These pieces are sleeping, so they're not even there. Let me activate my pieces and not be like my opponent. a6 next. Okay, we have these good knights attacking the queen. Now knight a2 sometimes can be possible. Bishop needs to move quickly so our rook can join the game. Let us see what can happen in this position. Queen goes over there. Okay, queen c4 is not there, so queen to b3 now. Knight check is threatened. 2 rook 3 minor pieces for black, and 2 rook 4 minor pieces for white, but we're attacking one of his minor piece. Now let's see what happens. Opponent moves this knight over there, and now I can give a check. Maybe no, maybe yes. This is a check available to us, but the opponent has escaped his pieces, nicely defended. But now next move can be knight bishop d7 or rook c8. These knights are not working right now, but we will do something. b3 square, we need the c5 or a5 to land on the b3 square, but it's not possible right now. Knight goes over there. Knight b3 is not there. Let me just pin this. It's attacking my queen. I'll pin it, and now I'll just take, and I get something. Take. Rook c8 again, and now I just checkmate in one move. Thank you very much. And this was game number 5. I think it's over now. Game number 6. Now let's go for the next game. I'm not remembering what is this, how many games we played, but nevertheless we'll do it back. I think game number 6. Now bishop d3 is not there, this is attacked, so now I will just play knight bd2. I'll support this pawn with pawn to c4. Bishop c2 is my queen there, so no problem. Bishop c4 is not coming, so knight c4 can be played now, and knight e5. Let's reload the knight, and after this we'll play bishop to d3. Queen is moved from the g2 square, and queen takes d3. We have nice development in this game without making serious mistakes. Queen to a3. Bishop is eyeing over there, but I'm eyeing over that a7 pawn, and I am able to capture over here. Next checkmate over there is possible. Opponent has allowed us to mate him, so thank you very much. Game number 7 now. We'll accept this challenge because it's an average opponent. Let's continue. e6 d5, same opening again, at f3, and this is attacked. So now I will play bishop d6, it's not possible, so c5 again, and I've lost this piece. Correct. Now what will I do? I'll just attack. Attack now, threatening checkmate. Let's see what happens, but the opponent is able to attack this bishop, so I'll play a bad move, bad a game right now, but knight, this is stopped now. Okay, with queen d to checkmate. Let's go. But these are all bad games right now. Let's move ahead to the next game now. At this level, this is all acceptable. And after that idea with my opponent has is so strong to attack that. How can I stop that? With bishop d3 it is possible now. Queen takes and queen g6, just queen to let me just castle, and now let me just bring my pieces outside. Get rid of the doubled pawns. Correct. And now I can push this pawn forward in the center. e4 was not played, so no problem. Now it is all equal. I can now play rook to b1, s3, so this knight doesn't move, but I blundered this pawn. Knight b5, attacking this and trying to do something. a4, a5 now. Bishop f2, rook f2, it takes b, doesn't do that much, and now I'll just ruin his pawn structure and move to this f7 square and attack these pawns which I have ruined. And now even I have blundered one pawn, I'll try to get the pieces back. This pawn is coming forward. Now I'll stop it. Somehow or the other I will do it. Rook needs to defend now. Rook is coming over there, no problem, we can capture. Now rook coming over there, that's an idea. Let me just click in g2 fast. Rook moves over there. Okay, now rook g3 is coming, king moves, and I'm in a dangerous position right now. Let me try to fight the circumstance. Let me try to do something, but it's difficult now. Okay, this game we lost, but now let's go to the next game. We need to lose some games, otherwise chess.com might ban us if we play too many wins. So it is important to lose some games online, otherwise they ban us. Let's go to the next game now, and with new focus, now let us play the same setup. e6 d5. Game number 8, 9, whatever, let's go. I think the opponent is not playing with us. Let's go to the next game. Okay, I played this. Let's transpose it into our setup using this. Okay, French defense exchange variation reversed now. Bishop e2, Same setup I will be following. I'll not follow what the main lines, exchanges and drawish openings. Bishop d3. I'm going to play bishop e7, castle. And I have this nice route for my knight to jump from here and there and here and there and do something. So I'm going to do a4, knight a3, knight c2, and we get many moves to play. Knight c2, knight e3, g3, knight g2. The idea is that opponent will play c6, bishop d7, waste his time. Knight a6, pawn a6 was played. And I will just play knight to e3. I will go and play knight a3 without any problems. And now g3 is the move which I can play. g3 and knight g2, aiming over the f4 square, trying to exchange the bishop. Yes, let's move to knight to g2, bishop f4, rook e1 now, bishop d2, queen c1, just to introduce some new moves in the game and continue with our moves. I think the opponent will just, okay, opponent lost. Next game. Now the opponent plays French defense. Is ready for the French defense. This pawn is gone. Should I capture it? Of course. The opponent gave that pawn, so why can't I capture it? Knight goes over here, and now what can I play? c5. Opponents here can sacrifice this knight. Let's go. And now queen can exchange. Okay. Now f5. En passant can be played over here, but it was not played, so no problem. There is no checkmate, no tactical checkmates over here because we have enough. This pawn is supported, so it's not attacked, so we are playing well now. 8 pawns was 7 pawns, 2 rooks, 2 minor pieces, 2 rooks, 2 minor pieces. Let's continue with the game. f4, bishop d2, bishop c1 are the moves possible in this position. And now this pawn is attacked because we play f4. Now what can I do? What can I do? Let me think. I can just, if I cannot support this pawn, I can just attack another pawn. But was there a move to support it? No. So bishop g7 is the best move. Knight takes, bishop takes. That one is also attacked, so yeah, maybe it all works. And again we can just try to counter attack our opponent, but now opponent has now done a great job. Now bishop to a3, knight to b7, knight e6 are the moves possible. 3 4 5, 3 4 5 equal now. And now knight c7 check is threatened. So now what can I do? I can just long castle. No, it's not possible. So now I'll play rook b8. Knight c7 check won't be effective now because there's no king and rook on the same color as the knight. Knight is on white color square, so it will attack white color squares. My rook has been moved from the white color square, so now it is safe from the white color square knight. This is how I deal with force, but now rook c8 is forced. And I can capture the c2 pawn. Rook is defending that b7 pawn. From that side I can just capture these two minor pieces and be happy now. I have more minor pieces. I have more pieces on the chessboard actually, but I gave my piece over here while I was talking with you. So yeah, it happens, and we need to make mistakes so that chess.com doesn't ban us if we just keep on winning, right? So that's why it is very important. I made another mistake because I need to make mistakes and lose some games. It is important to do that. If I can make mistakes, why will the opponent make mistakes? mate over here. But now I'll just with this move and continue the game. Checkmate over here. Okay, next game. Okay, let's continue with the next game. Let's increase the rating to 1100 now quickly. Oh, I played which? Okay, no, I played a different opening but similar structure where we have like French exchange, but it's not Caro-Kann exchange. Okay, no problem. Let's follow the same idea. Bishop e2 castle. C3 knight b a4. Let's say. Okay, knight over there, knight over here, knight over there. Same ideas. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue. Knight c2 bishop f4 as I told you the idea. So same idea I'm using. By mistake I played the e4 move. And a queen takes looks like a move which was possible, but rook takes was better I think. But I played queen takes. Let's continue very quickly now. Rook attacking this pawn, so let's introduce our rooks in on the queen side. Okay, now knight to d3 and knight to e5, knight to c5 are the moves possible in this position at c5 and centering inside the game. Queen to a3, queen a3 and queen aiming over the c5 square, followed to b4 at some point maybe, but now knight is coming to c4, but knight c5, knight c4, queen to a4. No, so wait, now b3 is important. Knight is coming forward, so b3 is important. Let's go. And the opponent now pushes this pawn forward. Okay, now what can I play? Queen to c5, knight d7, queen to c1. Let's play queen to c1. Exchange. Knight. You bring your knight, I will also bring my knight and force rook to b7. I'll just move my king. Now bishop e2. Okay, king moving away is important because rook a1 was coming, but rook b1 was also there. But now what has happened? Opponent got my pawn. Okay, now what will I do? Queen f4, trying to enter inside the position, and I'm trying to attack on f7. Most importantly, the opponent has nothing to do now. Checkmate. Correct. Next position, next game. Let's quickly reach 1100, and like this we'll climb the ladder to 2000. Let's see, unstoppable. We'll just go and will not stop at any moment, and we'll just keep trying, and we'll just persevere, and we'll reach 2000 because I know how to get to 2000 and above that also. Above that I need to see, but yeah, we'll get above 2000 too, because this is a channel which supports absolute morality. So starve but don't kill animals, because that is a cruel activity, as you all know it. We have defended the knights. We love our pieces. Our pieces are also kind of animals. We love them. We love Pokemons like this. We love real beings too. Now let's go. We don't love, but we just act normally, not abnormally against anyone. So let's go. Knight e6. Bishop is not checkmating us. Knight is there. And now again, see, we play the French defense, and it was the exchange variation this time, and we played the same ideas such as the Queen's Gambit decline, and we're continuing this game right now. Now let's see what we can do. Bishop f8 is possible. f5, knight g5 is also possible. Let us get that bishop. Okay, this pawn is weak, but knight to h7 is there. Now if I play knight d4, bishop e4, d4, rook e4, nothing happens. So now what can I play? Let me play. I'll show you what to do. Bishop takes, pawn takes, so rook takes is met with f6, and that's a pin on that rook. So that's why it works now. That rook is undefended, so pin and we win that rook. We win this knight or that rook, and we continue the game in this position like this. Now 2 rooks 1 minor piece, 2 rooks 1 minor piece, but we are getting this piece and we are winning using the pin because we are trying to win. The opponent now plays this. I'll just push this pawn forward. Push that pawn forward as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, as much as possible. No, queen takes is not possible, but I'll play something, but I'm losing now. I'm lost. And now I'm lost in this position. I'm checkmated, no, but I'm trying to do something. Okay, move. Fast. Let's move, but no. Okay, let's go. We played French against that French Ackerman, so it was difficult to play against that player. Right. Let's continue with the next game, and we are still not on 1100. Quickly, let's increase the rating. This is a pin over here, so we get that rook. No, it was defended, so we just exchanged. Okay, so the opponent is not losing. F6 move is possible because there is queen h5, so it's not actually working, but still I played because we need to make some mistakes so that they don't ban us, right? That's why. King d7, king c8, bishop takes bishop h4 now. Bishop h4 check, king moves now, has to move, and now queen, knight c6, knight e7, queen h8 is not possible, bishop f6 is not possible, so what can I do? c5, king c6. Let's do something. King c6, queen at f5 now. This pawn is attacked. Okay, knight d6. I want to activate my rook as soon as possible. On rook 3 mana pieces, everything is equal. Actually, we get the queen, so we win the game now. It happens at this level. This happens. Okay, 1080 pixels. Let's go with the next game. e6 d5. Very easy. Opponent takes, and this is defensive. Which variation? Exchange variation. We'll play bishop e7, castles. And now c6, a5, knight e6, knight c7. And knight e6. g6, knight g7. And rook e8. Bishop d7, queen c8. Now this piece is attacked, so bishop f8 has to be played. Bishop d6 or bishop f8. Let's play bishop d6. Now bishop can take or knight can take. I'll just take with the bishop, and now I can capture that, but the opponent doesn't do that. Correct. And now bishop d7 again, bishop f5. Let me continue with my knight e8 bishop f5 plan, but that's passive plan. That's how weak players play. They do not think about what the opponent do. They will continue with their own plans, but that's what weaker players play. So at this level, we have to play like that. So now knight to e8. I have to play. I want to do that plan. It's not good, but at this level, we need to do that. Let's continue. Bishop takes. And bishop f5. This plan is certainly completed now to exchange that bishop with the support, right? Knight takes is possible, but we can take with the queen too. But I'll take with the knight to attack that bishop which is trapped. And suddenly, now we are winning the game. But knight takes is also nice because it defends this. Very nice chess by us in this wonderful setup. Reliable setup. No rookies and attacking move by the opponent. Now knight d6 defends everything correctly, and now I will play something as soon as possible, like queen to f5, and then maybe we can play queen to f5 because queen d6 is met by queen takes g5, and we're equal. Means okay, that's an exchange, but now we have one piece. Okay, rook we don't need to move. I can just give some checks, but I can. Okay, knight f5 no, so rook f8. Okay, knight f5 next. I will just play queen g5, knight f5. The opponent will just capture c6 pawn, maybe, but I'll just play this g4, queen f4, and so knight g3, knight f1, and something will do to checkmate the opponent with something. Let's see. I take, move. Okay, we're not losing. Okay, let's continue h5. Checkmate. Let's go. 1087. Now reaching 111. What, 1100, right? Let's go. 1100. Let's go 1100. Correct. Very quickly now. Using same setup in all games, so I'm not stressed about the openings. We're playing pure chess, right? Not stressed about any openings. And when we play with white piece, it can either transpose to the French defense, or it can either transpose to the queen's gambit declined, and in this case it was the queen's gambit declined, and this is the Jobava reversed, or the Versov reversed. Knight f3 now. Bishop f5 was a move with knight f6 by the opponents. I'll just continue with my setup. Bishop f5 next, or bishop g4, but e6 was played, so this is completely different. This is not any, I think this is Chigoran variation now. Now what will we play? We'll play with the same plan which I showed you. This knight just jumping from here and there, but now e4 has to be prepared, so rook even bishop d3 can also work. Okay, let's continue. Bishop gives itself, so we are happy to capture the bishop. We have the bishop pair now, and see now how the grandmasters rejoice and they win. The grandmasters rejoice at the bishop pair advantage, so even we will. Correct. So bishop d3 now. Rook is defended, so no problems. Now e4 is prepared. We're trying to prepare e4, but we'll not give away the bishop pair, so we'll just play bishop b1, queen c2 later, queen h7. Cheap tricks would not possibly work, but in games of Chigoran we do see that. Okay, knight to d2 now because nothing is happening, and now we'll play f3 e4 and get the center. Knight takes, very important. Attack was done on the rook, so very important. Whatever attacks you have to see, and whenever it is possible to attack something, you can do that, and that would give you some advantage. Now queen c2 was quick moves can be overlooked by the opponent, threatening checkmate, but no, opponent is very nice and attentive. So g4 now takes okay, g5. Let's close the position. Let's lift up the rooks and try to attack the opponent. And the opponent has now closed everything, but now I need to transfer my pieces very nicely. b3, this is defended with the rook, so no problem. With the bishops, no problem. Now the opponent has nicely blocked everything. I'll just transfer my rook to the other side. Bishop a3 is threatened, winning that rook with skewer, and the opponent might not see that, and that's what exactly happened. Now c5 is the only move, but it is not played. Now we are winning the game very nicely. Let's transfer the rooks to the other side, and we have nice position where we have transferred rooks and we have played a good game. Now knight is not doing anything, so now I will do what? I'll just move this rook, but these rooks are not able to do anything now from here. Rook coming over here doesn't work. I gave away my pawn. Okay, let me quickly pay. I gave my queen. Oh, so this is what happens when we don't pay attention in chess. In chess we just have to pay attention, otherwise we lose even in winning positions while talking or just getting too happy, overexcited about the position, and then we lose like this. So this is what tells us to be, it's not important to prepare anything, it's important to be focused while playing the game. That is what most important in this game of chess. Even draw is not happening and opponent has already won the game because we made a mistake, right? Correct, the opponent won the game. Now opponent has managed to reach 1100. So okay, now I'll not make any mistakes anymore now. I don't usually make these mistakes, but on chess.com I have to make mistakes, otherwise they will ban me. So we need to make mistakes. Correct. I also have a real chessboard by my side just to get the feel of playing the real chess game. I have a chess board over here, nice chessboard, tournament set, green chessboard of course. And in chess, going in the end game is also a super important activity. And now this pawn is attacked, so I just queen c2 looks like the move. Okay, so now let me attack. If I am able to attack something, I should do that, then the opponent has to move and react. So these are called forcing moves, and now rook can just transfer itself. So my opponent in the last game, previous game, did a great job of blocking everything, but my opponent was losing of course, but I was not attentive, so we are the one who lost. Now this pawn is gone, but okay, it will open up everything. It's not a good move which I played, but it's okay. Now bishop to d2 and e1. This is also one of the maneuvers in the French defense with bishop to d7, that light squared bishop goes over there. So even from white side you can try that. Let's continue. Queen a5. Now bishop to d2 is possible, and bishop to b4 if you want to make it happen. Queen a3 is an idea, but now it's not possible. So that bishop is not doing anything over there, but still just for fun I have transferred itself just to show you the idea. You know, f5, just getting rid of the doubled pawns and opening everything. Correct. And the knight takes is not that good. So rook h3 now, bishop f3 now, after bishop b7. Bishop to d5, we win that rook, we win the game now. Okay, it's not possible. Okay, pin, great move by the opponent. And now we have another pin, so the opponent cannot capture. Oh, he can. It was not pin, it was so defended. Okay, king moves. Let me quickly play this game now. Okay, we lost that rook. This is what happens, see. Okay, push this pawns. Move. We're losing. and it's a draw, stalemate. So you can see. Okay. Let's continue. So we still have the initial timing, 1 minute, more than initial timing. So see, this is the power of focus, correct? Queen takes d4. Okay. Correct. Let's continue with knight e7. When the queen win the game now with a complete focus and extreme timing. This is what is expected from us when we play chess. At this time control, extreme advantage, time control advantage, and wonderful chess. This is what you will see in the games in the next upcoming games, because we have to cope up with that level now. So I have to enter that mode. Absolutely important. Now rook f1. Now queen d2. Queen c1. Very calmly we'll play g4. Chess is a game which should be played calmly, not hastily. And only focused people can do that, and only people who are normal and who know that sacrifice stupidity is one of the important taglines in life, and also enticing lucidity is important, which means that not doing any criminal activities like killing animals and all those things, that is sacrifice stupidity, very important while doing anything. Now we win the game with this wonderful mindset which we have: starve but don't kill animals, because that is a criminal activity. Let's go. Now see how I play the next game. So this is our setup. The opponent, okay, will not pre-move. Exchange variation, knight f6, bishop e7, castle was not allowed because bishop check. Okay, c6, bishop e7, short castle, rook e8, nb d7, nf8, knight e6. From this side also you can bring the knight on e6. From a6 also you can bring queen h5, g6, and bishop d3. I'll just play g6. I can just take, and now here I can take, taken queen g5. Now here rook f8, so aiming towards that queen, followed by something which we will see. Now queen is attacked. Okay, we'll just capture it. No one is checkmating us over there. Opponent has to take. And now we are in the end game. We have majority of pawns on the queen side, and the opponent has double the pawns on the king side. So maybe we have the advantage. Also we have the bishop, who is the grandmaster's choice. So bishop f5, rook e8, rook e6, rook d8, rook d6 looks like the way. But now knight has landed on the square and is looking dangerous. Bishop d7 is important now. Rook e7 is coming, but we'll get rook f8 as soon as possible. Otherwise rook d8 was played, would have been played. h6, g5, king h7, king g6. a6, c5. Or just c5, quickly, c5, attack that knight. Pawn f5, king takes f6. See how we win these games excellently. See how we win all the games excellently now, because we need to cope up with the level as the game increases. We need to increase our level, right? Our level is also increasing as our opponent and opposition is increasing. We're playing according to that level. Let's go. And a knight and rook have gone to the initial squares, and I'll just push that one forward, and I'll stop that knight from coming forward ever again. And that knight is blocked, rook is blocked. Now rook pawns are coming forward and we are winning. We are going towards victory. Bishop check, king d6, pawn c4, connecting these pawns, very important. Rook e2 check next, and it can be checkmate, but no. h5, king takes. We win the game, correct? Very good, very good. And now only final game to increase the rating from 1095 and enter the 1100. Let's go. Like this, slowly and very quickly we will increase our rating, and we'll reach 2000. Then we will start with 2000. Then we'll reach 2100, 22, 3, 4, 5, and we will become powerful on chess.com on this wonderful profile named Starve. But don't do that criminal activity. Let's go and let's continue with this game. c5, knight c6. Let's go. Knight e4, not a great move. You think so, but this is now just stopping this knight from coming forward, so maybe it's not a bad move. f5, queen e8, queen h5, and we don't capture. Okay, I'll just play bishop f6, queen f6. My queen is now coming in the game. I will play pawn takes, and if I deflect this queen I'll get that rook. No, I will not, so I will just play knight e5 now, and f4 is not that great. Knight x c5. Okay, now we're going for attack. Okay, queen h6. Final game which I need to win to reach 1100. Bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes, king takes, king moves, 3, 4, 5, 4 plus 3, 7, but we have a bishop. So the grandmasters rejoice when we have a bishop. So even if we are pawn down, they don't matter. They don't worry. Actually, bishop e6, stopping queen f7 check, and possible dangerous activities on that square. Rook f8, queen f6, knight d7 fork is not possible because bishop d7 is already controlling. Bishop is controlling d7 square. We're standing on e6 but controlling d7. Very important, very nice. Let us continue with this wonderful operation of capturing that rook. Queen f1 is not possible. Knight e1 is the only move, and we will win this game. We have won the game. Now we successfully reached 1100 exactly. That was the goal of this video, and we have exactly reached 1100. At this moment, let's see how many games we have played. So till now, total we have played 50 games from 200 elo rating to 1100. We have played 50 games. Now how many games have we won and how many games have we lost all time? Let's see. So we have 50 games. We have lost 10 games. We have won 38 games, drawn 2 games. Okay, and let's say how many games I played today. I'm not able to see that. Let me show you. Somehow or the other I will show you today's date. Today's date is 8. Okay, so today I played many games. I played how many games? Let us see. So forget about it. We play some games, 15, 20 maybe. Can we just find it? Date, today's date. Okay, end date, today's date. Okay, let's see how many games we played. What, today we played 41 games? Today itself we played 41 games. Wow. From, okay, yeah, so in the morning also I played. So but in the video we started from 11 okay, from 1010. From here we started. So we're 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 Rafa Sufyan. Okay, Rafa Sufyan 10. Where is Rafa Sufyan? Lost. Okay, it is here. 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 games. 21 games we played right now in this video. Great, nice. We lost some games but we won many games. That's why we increased our rating from 1000 till 1100 exactly, and it was just like blitz because we had increment. So it was just like a blitz, no problem. We played the opening e6 d5. This very nice opening, this very nice structure with both the sides. Now we'll stop this video and we will meet you in the next speedrun, where we will continue at 1200 or maybe even more. Let's see, 1213 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. I'm also capable of doing that in one video itself. Let's see if it is possible. We will do. If it is not possible, we'll go like this. Thank you. And starve, but don't do that criminal activity because it doesn't suit you. Don't. The nature has disrespected you and not provided you with pure things, and nature is against you. The nature didn't give houses, the nature didn't give clothes. You decided to fight for your rights and get the purest things in this existence, and that is what humans do, and that is what you should do by sacrificing stupidity as our important tagline, as you all know, and enticing lucidity and stopping all criminal activities and doing what? Starve but not killing animals. Correct. Thank you for watching, and please follow these ideologies because nature is against us. Nature didn't give us clothes and houses, and if you say it's natural, then nature didn't give us houses, so we will be living in forests, on the road, alone, sent to suffer. But no, humans, they are very good and they develop. they change the bad situations into good situations, and they transform this stupid, ugly creation into beautiful one. And one important aspect of that is to not disrespect yourself by doing any criminal activity and eating something bad. It's not even hygienic, it's just horrific. And it's abnormal. Stop the abnormal activity and sacrifice stupidity and entice lucidity, and then what will happen? Then you will do what humans do, and that is to attract prosperity. So let's go, and I'll meet you in the next video if the time comes.